Alrighty, guys, Andrew Bros here. Hey, I just wanted to do a real quick video, kind of giving you a real quick update. This will be very short, but I wanted to uh, saw this really interesting. Kyle sent this over earlier today, kind of breaking down the surgery that J.C. Jackson underwent. It's really odd, right? I keep looking at this and keep thinking, I'm not a doctor. There's very little I know about any of this stuff. But it's interesting. And by the way, I do believe Kyle posted this already on our Instagram page. So follow us on Instagram as well. Again, we post very different types of content in different locations. So look at us all on all the medias. We're on all the tweets and the Twitters and the Twitches and you get it, all of them, right? So, but this is really interesting. I keep looking at this and it's so odd because there's this like little bone right in the middle, the back end of his heel, right? It's really interesting. Again, it is considered a minor surgery. Again, Brandon Staley kept talking about it just having a little bit of a discomfort, right? And I think the concern is that it could potentially squish or break or potentially cause some further discomfort moving forward, right? And so again, I would just read an article also that said he might even be back for week one versus the Raiders. So again, that could happen. But I think it's interesting looking at an X-ray like this and kind of seeing the situation unfold. That is the J.C. Jackson surgery before week one. So kind of interesting, but I just thought we'd share this with you. I guess it's called trigonome syndrome. I guess very interesting, but. We've put a lot of money into J.C. Jackson. So, yeah, let's see what we can do to get him healthy week one. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully he's available week one. And again, Brandon Staley did say this, guys. He did say the wound has to heal. That's all it has to heal. So my assumption is, again, not being a doctor, probably some minor incision down here. They remove the bone, bring it out. And, this little thing in the back has just got to get healthy and maybe he could play. I mean, who knows? He might be ready. So anyhow, just thought I would bring that up to you guys to just let you know that's something Kyle shared, and I thought I would share it with you guys today. So, and this is my last couple things. Going into the Chargers-Saints preseason game, there's some interesting things that could happen. I posted it down below. There are a few players that I think really do need to play this first preseason game. And the one thing I love and hate the idea that Brandon Staley and his coaching staff has with its players, right? Obviously not letting them play during these preseason games, largely because we do not want injuries like we had with J.C. Jackson. That's partially why I'm highlighting this with you. But it's one of those things I think about a lot, and I say to myself, okay, game ready week one. That's the concern, right? Because a lot of times, Patrick Mahomes is playing. He got 2 touchdowns, I think, the last preseason game, right? So I'm just like, wow, this is, Justin Herbert's not going to have a single snap in any of these games. So I get a little nervous about us coming out slow week one. That is a concern, so we'll see if it pays off, right? I know that it's a long season and we want our players to be healthy. But this article specifically lays out 3 players that we most likely will see play the Chargers versus Saints games. And one of them that I really do think is a good call is number 7, our tight end, Gerald Everett. Everett really needs to prove that he's really going to be, either our number 1 or number 2 tight end. Again, we have a pretty tight room. There's a really nice sleeper for fantasy football. It has been Parham's biggest problem, but I do think Everett really needs to show a little bit. He doesn't maybe play a quarter or 2, doesn't have to play a whole lot, but show some blocking, get his kind of mind right, moving in the right direction for week one versus the Raiders. And let's go to the next one. So the next one's kind of interesting too, and I think this is a good one too. Drue Tranquill. I think Drue Tranquill really does need to play as well. He hasn't played. I know he's had some injuries as well too. We got Kyle Van Noy right there. Kyle Van Noy really is the starter in the middle linebacker room. And now they're trying to determine, okay, who's the next linebacker going to be? Who's the linebacker 2, linebacker 3? And how do they break it down? Where do we really want to play these guys? I'm sure they have an idea. but they're probably going to put him in some positions to sort of figure this. And then we got Kenneth Murray. So I think Kenneth Murray also will play a little bit. It will be interesting to see if Kenneth Murray plays as well, because I do think that I would like to see him out there. I do know that, again, this staff has been extremely cautious with our players. So it's one of those things where I sit back and ask myself, I don't know, do we really want to see him? But boy, I think Drew needs to get out there. I think Kenneth Murray needs to get out there as well, too. So I'd like to see at least a few snaps. So those are going to be some of the people I'm going to be looking at as well. And the last one is Austin Johnson. Austin Johnson, as far as I can tell, I do think we need to really determine how much we're going to play him and what packages we're going to put him into as well, and how he's going to work with Sebastian Joseph Day. We're not going to see it at all, obviously. But I do think it's interesting to see Austin Johnson out there a little bit. I do think he needs to kind of prove where he's going to go, what he's going to do. And another person that really is probably fighting for a position, I would add on this as well, too, is Tillery. I really wonder if we're just going to let Tillery go. I mean, unless we can trade the guy, I still think that might happen, right? I mean, it's really interesting. I like how he said the third interior defensive line is still up in the air. It would be interesting to see how Tillery fits next to Johnson as opposed to Morgan Fox. Look, I don't think Tillery – I just don't feel like Tillery's the guy. Brendan Fehoko has looked really good. So, again, these are the things that I find very interesting when you start talking preseason and building out a roster. How does this person really fit, right? It's kind of a chess game, and we're trying to figure out exactly how it goes. And look, we signed another guy, Tito Ogbonnia, right? I think Tito's looked really good. He's a rookie. I think he's a better choice than Jerry Tillery long-term for what Brandon Staley wants to do. So it's going to be really interesting. And guys, this is the part that I really like about preseason, right? Is you're trying to figure out how these people fit within, the organization. So anyways, I think I just wanted to share a really short video and just let you guys know that, I was kind of thought about this and, just wanted to get your thoughts out there. So at any rate, also, I would say this too. I do think that, Kyle will be back tomorrow, and we are going to be doing a preseason and post-game show as well too. So that'll be exciting. So look out for that, guys. And as always, bolt up, don't punt. I'll see you next one.